Hello my crazies. Now before I get started on talking your ear off, if you would please leave me a little comment, like and subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. It all really helps and it keeps me sort of motivated to make more videos. Right, let's get on. Hello my crazies and welcome to Happy Day Tuesday. Oops, wind me up Wednesday. Forgot about it Thursday. Okay, sorry I've not been about this week. I've been a bit manic helping my daughter out with one of her art projects for school. This whole homeschooling lark's a bit strange for me because she's a pretty good student. She's top set everything, so she doesn't normally ask for assistance with her with any of her subjects apart from maybe maths with me. But this time round, her art teacher set her a little project, which was to draw a mask. So she did that, and instead of doing it on paper, taking a photo and sending it in, she drew it up on her Photoshop on her computer, because she's very into her digital art. So she did that and she sent that to her teacher, and it only took her about an hour and a half. So she put a little message by the side saying, "Miss, this is really simple for me. Any chance I can make it?" Well, as her little sideline project last year, just before Halloween, she decided she was going to make herself a mask for Halloween. This thing is absolutely amazing. I haven't actually got it here, which is a shame. I don't know where she's hidden it, but she's definitely hidden it because I've already told her that I'm putting it up on the wall behind me, and I'll have all her masks lined up behind me, and she doesn't want, she's like, no, you're not having it. So she's done this amazing mask, and she started off with just a basic base mask, and then she built up with the paper mache, then she went on to clay, and she had wire attachments because it had like horns coming out. Then it had all got dried, and then it all got painted with about 15 different layers of paint. Every time I thought she'd stop, I thought she'd finished, and then the next day she would add more and add more and add more detail until this mask that she'd made was finally finished. Now I have got photos of it, so, but they're not brilliant, but I'll pop a photo in here. So as you can see, that's pretty amazing, or at least I think it is, considering she's only 14. So of course her art teacher said, well, if you're bored, mate, go on then, make a mask. Don't get me wrong, I love her art teacher, and I love the fact that she's encouraging the children to do something or to think outside the box. But this has seriously backfired on me, this one. Seriously backfired. Because she's made up this mask, she's already painted it, but she's decided that she had wanted a more flatter texture for her mask, and she hadn't achieved it. So she's changed it all around, and she's decided that now the mask that she's doing is going to have fur on it. So she looks at me, grins, and says, Mum, I know you got some fur yarn. Can I nab it? So I'm like, baby, I've got one ball in my entire collection of fur yarn that I haven't tried out yet. I've got this one ball, I said, and it's in grey. She went, well, can we dye it red and white? I'm like, actually, no, we can't. There is absolutely no way I'm going to dye this wool, because it cost me a chunk, because I got it when I was over in Australia. So I was like, no, you're not having it. And she looks at me, she grins and goes, well, I've been watching videos, she goes, on how to make hair and fur for toys. She's gone, so can I have some red and some white wool? So I'm like, okay, fine, here you go, here's the red, here's the white. Well, she sat there and she's cut out, sorry, I'm actually holding some. She's cut out strips of wool, and then she's tied it to a coat hanger, and she's there and she's brushing it and it's going all the way across the carpet. And she's ending up with like that much, an inch if that, of usable wool at the end. And I'm going to her, baby, you're ripping more than you're using. I've got an idea. So of course I've sat there and I've separated this yarn into its strips, because it's like three weights, so it's got like 3 strips. So I'm sitting there and I'm separating it, and she's like, well, why are you doing that? I said, well, by separating it completely, it means then that there shouldn't be as much stress on the wool when you're brushing it out to get it to go as flat as possible. So that she's gone, Mum. I was like, yeah. She's like, can you help me with my homework? Little monkey. But of course I can't say no, because she never normally asks. So for the past 5 days I've been stripping the wool back so that I've got little 3 strips, and then she's decided that she wants 4 strips in each bundle, and then she brushes out for like 4 bundles or 5 bundles at a time. So to get her to do her homework, I have to make sure I've done mine first. So at the moment, that's how much I got done today. So there's about 60 strips on there so far, and I've got some more cut up ready to go. So this is why I haven't actually been hitting the videos and thinking up the tutorials or anything like that, is because I'm doing the kids' homework. So in regards to the amount I've actually stripped back, I'm looking at just coming up to the first 100 grams of white and around 50 grams of the red, and it's only gone to about here on the mask, so I've got the rest to go. So I'm thinking I'm going to end up stripping around 200 grams of white and 100 grams of red. Now if you ever decide to strip wool like this, it's a bit tedious, but I've found that the best out of my stash that I've got has actually been the Stylecraft, because it doesn't catch as much and it's quite smooth to pull out. So it's a little bit more expensive, but you know what, for an art project for the kid, I don't mind coughing up a couple of extra quid for the wool. Right, so the only completed item I've made this week isn't actually one of my own designs. It is one of the designs by Fibre Fox Studios. It's called the Crochet, Floral, Lace and Granny Shawl. Now I've noticed that mine doesn't actually look exactly like Courtney's working with the patterns. So here it is. Now it's not been blocked or anything yet. This is literally, the stitching got finished last night. So here we go. I'm hoping you can see that quite nicely. It's got a beautiful lace effect. Now mine is a lot tighter on the stitch than Courtney's. She's although I use the same hook and hopefully the same weight yarn, I'm a tighter crocheter, so I know that if I ever do another one of Courtney's lacier patterns, I'm going to have to go up a hook size, or maybe even 2, to get the same effect. Now this one was actually done with one of the cakes that I got in one of my previous videos. It was the papaya cake, and this one is the colourway Pixie. Now I have had to add some different colourway at the end, but I tried to match it up as best I could with what was there. So this pink strand here is a different yarn, and so is the white. I don't think it sort of takes away from it or from the original cake. So there we go. I will pop a picture up in a second to show you what it looks like on my mannequin there. It was a really lovely video to follow. It's quite simple. It's just I kept having memory blocks and brain blocks, so it took me a lot longer to work through, especially the lace section. Grannies I can do like really easy, but the lace, it sort of confused me a bit because I'm not used to having to turn my work midway through. And with the lace section, you do a section and then you flip it, then you do a bit more, and then you flip it, then you do a bit more, and then join it, and then move on to the next section of lace. So for me, that completely confused me until I think I was about here. So I only had about 6 or 7 of the little lace sections left to go in the entire shawl. So I've spent a lot of time upstairs so that my husband didn't have to hear Courtney repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So that's it for what I've crocheted this week. Right, so here's some good news. Aldi have got their yarn event coming up again next week, or within about the next 3 or 4 days, where you'll be able to purchase in store, but you can pre-order now online and get it delivered directly to the house. So that's for UK peeps. So in regards to that previous video, the only yarn I have left to find is this one, which is not only up there we go, or something as close to it as possible. So I don't mind it being a different brand. I would just like it to resemble this. Now it looks a bit like a pipe cleaner with the string coming through, and it's really fluffy. So that's not the best shot, sorry guys. No, even that's not helping. But if you think you recognise this, if you could pop onto that previous video and stick a message underneath, or even stick a message on this one saying I found something similar, that would be an absolute dream. Right, I'm going to head off now because I'm going to attempt to record the poppy square, and hopefully that'll be to you by the end of the week, sort of by Sunday. And I will see you all soon. Oh, by the way, also I can now do lives, so I was wondering when the best time was going to be, because I don't want to jump on when somebody else is on that you like watching. So if you can leave in comments when the best time would be for you, I will try and sort of match it up, match everybody's comments up, and then maybe do a live next week. So other than that, I will see you all soon. Have a lovely day, stay safe and stay in. All right, I'll see you all soon. Bye.